Well, Janine, as you know, this is a very complex case that I've been investigating for the past 9 months. And before I get into this latest development, I just want to briefly walk you through what we have uncovered about the complete timeline here. So back in July, we discovered that Byers was under a temporary detention order when he died. That means he was determined to be a danger to himself or others due to mental illness and lacked capacity. He was to receive psychiatric treatment for up to 72 hours and was involuntarily admitted to HCA's Chippenham's Tucker Pavilion. We would later discover that Richmond police arrested and removed him from the facility after he was admitted for just 3 hours. Video we obtained of his arrest shows that while in a delusional state, Byers refused to get on an elevator and allegedly kicked a nurse. Richmond Police Chief Rick Edwards would tell CBS 6 that the officer who arrested him did not know that Byers was under a TDO and could have made a decision not to remove him from the hospital had he known. We would also obtain 2 government investigations that faulted the hospital for violating regulations and for failing to protect Byers' patient rights. 36 hours after his release is when officers from Chesterfield shot and killed him. Now, earlier this week, we watched the body camera video and we told you what we showed, what we saw, and today I have the Commonwealth's attorney's reasoning for not charging those officers. Just months after she was sworn in, Chesterfield's top prosecutor, Erin Barr, had a big decision awaiting her: whether to charge the officer who shot and killed Charles Byers, and she did not. Now, for the first time, she's telling us why. She says, "I found that at the time of the use of force, the officers had sound reason to believe that Mr. Byers posed an imminent threat of serious bodily harm to both themselves as well as others in the area." In her official letter to the police, Barr cites the 911 call reporting that Byers damaged a window and attempted to break into homes. It says that neighbors told police that Byers could not hold his posture, stand still, or walk in a straight line, that he had a blank expression and could have been messed up on something. The letter says that when Byers went into a neighbor's garage to get a hatchet, that resident thought he could have just been a family friend. Video shows the homeowner cutting the grass right next to Byers when police arrive on scene. Barr's letter says that Byers walked toward the first officer when she gets there, but we did not see that in the video. Byers does pass a second officer as he walks into the road. Barr cites the many commands that officers made to drop the weapon that Byers ignored. She also describes Byers as increasingly agitated and non-compliant. From what we saw, Byers is backing away from the officers and keeps the hatchet down by his side nearly the entire time, never raising it past his waist. Barr describes the hatchet as rigid in his hand and held it at a 45-degree angle. The officers approach him with guns drawn, and then one officer switches to a taser. She deploys the taser at Byers from about 13 feet away, but it does not work. Barr's letter says the second officer did not have a taser on him, but wouldn't have been able to switch to one anyways without putting the officers at risk of lethal injury. Byers then glances to the side, and that's when the video shows that second officer firing 5 gunshots at him. Byers then turns around and runs away, and the officer fires 2 more shots at his back before he drops and dies. Barr's letter says that because Byers remained upright and moving after being struck, it would have appeared that he remained a lethal threat, and explained the number of shots fired. In conclusion, Barr says, despite Mr. Byers backing away from the officers, he was still within a distance to pose an imminent threat of serious bodily harm. Given the risk he posed toward them being armed with the hatchet, the officers could not approach Byers to detain him. And given the risk he posed toward the community being armed with a hatchet, having attempted to break into multiple homes and refusing to comply with the officers' direction, the officers could not allow Mr. Byers to walk away toward residences and an intersection. Now, the Byers family says they want the public to view the video so people can form their own opinions of the situation for transparency purposes, but police say they are not releasing it. We did ask Barr whether she considered presenting this case to a grand jury and allowing the grand jury to make a decision, but she said that would have been unethical because a criminal charge is not supported by probable cause. I'm Tyler Lane for CBS 6 News.
Tyler has been investigating this story extensively since it happened. If you have a story idea for Tyler, you can reach out to him. Give him a call at the number on your screen or shoot him an email at tyler.lane@wtbr.com.